What is happening, YouTube fam? My name is Alex, and let's talk some drums. Specifically, we're going to talk about how we build in the context of worship music or church music. Now, if you're wondering what in the world build even means, or building in a song, very simply, it's basically if this is the crescendo of the song, the very tip-top point where all the music, all the vocals, everything's in, just going crazy, then building is usually referring to whether it be the entirety of the song, or a lot of times in worship music, a section of the song, often known as the bridge, where the music is very low or at nothing, and you build the music to that very tip-top crescendo moment. But today I wanted to start with the beginner or the person who's brand new to this and teach you your first beat that you need to know, or your first pattern to learn how to build behind the drum set. Now, if you would you like this video and would you subscribe to the channel? I would love for you to continue to come on the journey with me as we grow as drummers. So everything that we're gonna play is gonna start from the foundational level as super subtle and very simple. And as we build, there's that word again. I wonder how many times I'm gonna say the word build in this video. But anyways, as we continue to build, whatever we play, as it starts very subtle and very simple, it's going to develop consistent layers and levels of complexity. So the pattern in and of itself is extremely simple, but remember, subtlety and dynamics are king at this point. So what we're going to have is our kick is going to be falling on every single one of our quarter notes, on the 1, the 2, the 3, and the 4. Now our ride hand is going to be doing one of two different things, and I'm going to leave it up to you what you choose to do, because it's not the centerpiece or the focal point of the pattern, but it's either going to be playing 8th notes or 16th notes on the ride. Now, the most important part of this pattern, as with most build patterns that you're gonna hear or find in worship music, is what we are going to play on the toms. And all that we're implementing is 2 notes. Yeah, that's it, 2 notes. It really is that simple. But what's gonna make this pattern, and what often makes any and all of the patterns that you will learn to build in a worship song, is where you place those 2 notes. Now, the 2 notes we're gonna play on our toms are gonna fall under our 16th note subdivision. Now, if you're not familiar with 16th notes, a very simple way is it's just 4 notes per beat. So if we're in a time signature of 4/4, over the stretch of 4 beats, 4 counts, we have 4 notes per. That gives us 16 notes. Now, the way we count those is 1 E and a, 2 E and a, and so on. Now, again, what's going to make this pattern is where we are going to place our 2 notes within the 16th note subdivision grid. So our first note that is going to be played on a rack tom of your choosing, if you just have 1, or if you have 2 like I do, you'll play that first note on the of beat 1. So 1 E and a. There's our first note, and our second note is going to be played on the floor tom, and it's going to fall on the and of beat 2, 2 E and. So before we even play it, we need to mentally wrap our brain around what the pattern is going to sound like to help us then implement it with our playing. So if this is our quarter note pulse, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, then how we count 16th notes, we got to stop and let's count them out so we understand the rate of speed that we're going to be playing or counting these notes, okay? So 16th notes are 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. Okay, so there's how we count our 16th notes against the rate of speed of the quarter note pulse I was just giving you. Now, our 2 notes played as accent notes, this is how they will sound within the context of our count. So again, here's our quarter note pulse. So our 2 notes will fall again on the of 1 and the and of 2. So this is what they would sound like if we were counting them out. 3, 4, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a, 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and so we're going to put all this together and we're going to play it at 2 different tempos. We're going to start at just 60 BPM and then we're going to move it up to our goal tempo of 68 BPM. Most worship songs that incorporate a lot of building are going to be somewhere between 68 and 72 BPM. So that's going to be our goal tempo, 68 BPM. All right, so we're going to break our beat down first at 60, then at 68. Let's see what it sounds like. Now, a couple key things to take away from this that we got to put in our back pocket and in our subconscious. What we do with our ride hand needs to be so subtle. We're not bashing on the ride cymbal. We're not hammering away at it. Whether you're playing 8th notes or 16th notes, we're just trying to keep a sizzle, just a shh, or a sizzle would be a tss. Whatever, either way, whatever your cymbals sound like, we're just trying to keep a little shimmer going within the beat. We don't want the ride pattern to stand out by any means. It's our toms and what we're playing there that are the focal point in this beat, and that's why I cannot express and implore you enough to grow in your dynamics and your ability to control dynamically any pattern or anything that you play, because that allows us then to control what our different limbs are playing and control their volume level, so that my right hand on the ride, my kick, whatever else I may be doing with my left hand on the toms, besides those 2 notes, I can control and keep them subtle. But we want those tom notes to really stand out and really kind of be the accent point of this beat. All right, now I want to give you one more example of just kind of an impromptu build section in its entirety, me just kind of making it up, and I want to use our pattern as the foundational idea to start the build, and I want to show you what it can look like as it progresses over the entirety of a build section. I hope this has helped you, and I hope this has served to be one of many patterns that you can add to your repertoire to help you be a more creative and a more excellent drummer behind the kit. Thanks for hanging with me, and I will see you in the next one.